welcome to the green room. You see, I have my my Tampa Bay Lightning jersey on. The Bolts are in the Stanley Cup, so I'm in a great mood. I'm also in a great mood because tonight we are interviewing two of my really good friends here in the music industry. We're interviewing Truth and Lies. Hello, Truth and Lies. How are you guys doing?
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Happy Wednesday. Are we
Happy
cool with
Wednesday.
Wednesdays? Do Wednesdays make us happy?
Does time even mean anything anymore?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
It's news to me that today is Wednesday.
It's like all I can think of when I hear Wednesday is that Geico commercial, the camel just going hump day.
Hump day. yeah. I haven't heard that in that long.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So we are live both in Instagram as well as YouTube. I'm now live in the.
I don't see you live on Instagram.
Let's see. Lunar Lounge should be live now. We're telling your followers that you started a live video. There it is.
The top one.
All right. And
Cool.
hopefully the audio's
Request
working.
to be in there.
Yeah, let's take a look. Give you guys a wave, and then go live. Add y'all in. And hey, we already got some fans. Okay.
Gang.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you all right. Let me see if I can just hear you on this one too. Give me a little check. Yep.
Check.
All right,
1, 2.
we're live. Audio's checking. We had, screw an internet outage, right? We adapt. So,
So this cup is a cricket tournament, right?
yeah, we're talking cricket tonight, right? Or cats?
Yeah. Yeah, or wickets or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you're wearing the wrong jersey. Even though I'm from Florida, you're wearing the wrong jersey.
Dude, go Bolts.
I didn't even know Canadians play. Canadians are the ones I knew. I didn't even know Floridians were into hockey. That's news to me.
The whole deal is that up until Tom Brady came to Tampa, all the sports that made sense in Florida we were bad at. So we decided let's just be good at the one sport that makes no sense to be good at in Florida, hockey. And that's just kind of how Tampa decided to run for a long time. And then 2020 happened, and COVID said, hang on, everything you know about humanity and society at large, let's flip it upside down, and let's make your football team actually kind of good. So anyways, Tampa sports. What's up,
So
y'all?
much fun.
Wait, aren't you guys like from nearby each other or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're from where you're from? Are you from Tampa specifically?
Yeah, like from Tampa, Florida, like West Shore and Swan, if you know that area.
Yeah. Oh, I know that area because I'm from St. Petersburg. So.
Bro, how the fuck do people survive in that heat?
Dude,
I don't understand it.
I was back from March all the way through August. And for the first, well, 'cause you have to remember, this all happened like right when spring was about to start in New York. So I came home to Florida wearing sweatpants and like a long sleeve. And the second I landed, I was like, no.
F.
And then like the gyms were
Big
shut
F.
down. So I was working down. Yeah, big F's in the chats, please.
Drop an F for us.
I was working out like outside a lot, and I was like, damn, I forgot how hot it is. And I was just sweating all the time. But then all of a sudden I get back, and like this past week, it was really cold. And I was like, dang, I forgot how cold it was. So I like my body is freaking out because I just got used to the Florida heat, and now I'm cold again. So
It was cold like a couple days ago. It was pretty cold.
Yo, it was brick up here, and I like when we always go to Miami Music Week. It's like 80 degrees down there, so it's beautiful. It's peak Miami weather. But then you get back up here, and you have no jacket, obviously, because you just have fuck it, I'm just gonna go drink, and you don't bring.
Yeah,
a
you bring a backpack with
backpack,
5 pairs of clothes and that's it.
Like 5-week cartridges. That's it.
100%. Fellas, I think we're supposed to talk music. I think
Something like that.
That's what they tell me. And by they, I mean me, because I developed this whole thing. That's what I tell myself.
Where'd you get the idea to do this?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, we got some F's in the chats. Anyways, so guys, we're here in the green room, and for anyone that's new that's tuning in, for the Instagram followers, for anyone that's new on YouTube, the green room is something that we at Lunar Lounge created with the idea of there are folks out there who are new to the music industry. They want to understand how to get involved. They want to understand how the scene works. And one of the reasons that I'm most excited to talk to you two is, and I don't know if I've explicitly said this to you all, but my moment for me personally, where I decided to get involved in the music industry and put myself out there, that mixer where we met was that first moment for me. I had toyed with the idea. I had, met people out at concerts and stuff, but I had never put myself in a situation for the explicit purpose of meeting other people before that mixer. And at that mixer, you guys were, maybe I met one other person, but you guys were like the first people I ever met. So I'm going to go ahead and say, we can say that you two are the first people that I met.
That's crazy, bro. I didn't actually know that. Yeah. I knew that like we were one of the first people, and I knew that like, I didn't know that was your first introduction into the music industry.
Yeah, so I'm like thinking, damn, there's these two really cool DJs, and they're not. This is back when I was in the this is also back when I was in the future base. So I was like, oh, they like house music, like. And
we just ended up being a bunch of fucking nerds. So sorry to.
And that's it. And now this interview's over. But no, anyways. So and I share this story because I like to start these sessions off talking about how I met the people that I'm interviewing, because not only is the theme of the conversation around music industry and meeting people, but the fact is that in order for this conversation to have even happened in the first place, I had to meet you guys. So what a weird coincidence that, kumbaya, you guys are the first people I met. Now we're talking about it. So, how did you guys get to that mixer? Well, this is 3 years ago at this point. So if you remember, hats off to you. But
this was the Good Looks one, right?
Yeah. This is one that was like three blocks from where I was working.
Yeah.
I think I don't know who it was, but someone sent us.
It's gotta be Cam.
Probably Cam.
It's probably
Kaminsky
Cam.
Sent us an invite on Facebook, probably. So
it's always Cam.
And then we were already playing. I think we were playing shows with Good Looks at that point. Was it 2017? That was probably right after we played Output
because I just graduated college.
Yeah, we've
been doing Output with them.
Yeah, we did Output Rooftop with them with Dr. Fresh and Dom Dalla.
Oh my God, you guys are on that. You guys are on that lineup.
That was our first Output show. It was awesome.
So sick.
God, that was like when Dom Dalla had like 3,000 followers.
That's insane.
Yeah, he was nobody. Now he's big.
Bro, he blew the fuck up.
That's insane. And Dr. Fresh too.
And Dr. Fresh.
Dom Dalla probably. Who would you say is bigger between the two? Not that it really matters. I'm just curious.
Probably now. Dr. Fresh is still really big.
Dr. Fresh is massive. They both he has a really, really loyal and really intense like social media following.
Yeah.
And I think he stays really relevant because every day it seems like he puts out a fucking pack of bootlegs on his Instagram of shit that he's making.
It's insane.
Or like mashups or whatever the hell it is.
Swipe 10 times for the 10 bootlegs I made in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, like I don't even make that much non-musical content, so I don't even know how the hell he does.
Yeah, he's also in America too, where Dom was from Australia, and he was only relatively. His first show in America was the show before that Output show, the night before in San Francisco.
Really?
So it was only his second show over in
America. Is that where he found the disco?
Dom's rise was meteoric.
Yeah, that's where he found the disco.
That's where he found San Francisco's disco.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's legend says. But so you guys played the Output show. That's how you got involved with Good Looks. So to that end, obviously you guys had probably been producing for a while, whether it was together or even on your individual projects. But if that was right around the time you guys started working with Good Looks, was that in the beginning of your New York music industry career, or like where does that?
No, that we had been. What year did we start Truth and Lies? It was like 20.
Before we did Truth and Lies, we started doing this thing called Riverside Parties, which was like we did these like paint parties and
like blacklight paint parties.
And the guy I was working with at the time introduced me to Ian, and we all came together and had this event that we did weekly, and it was debaucherous and ridiculous, and it was a lot of fun at the time, but it also got very old, and he ended up not being like such a great partner anyway. So we started.
You two were strangers that were introduced by other. I don't even know how you guys met, to be
honest.
Yeah,
pretty much. I worked at Rock and Soul, which is a DJ store in Midtown. And then the other guy in Tres Leches was working there as well.
Oh yeah. By the way, we had a group before this called Tres Leches.
Yeah, that was like it was like the three of us made kind of like Moombahton and trap music.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
So this is kind of like our second project. Yeah. And within Truth and Lies, this is our second sound or second sound.
Second, whatever. We didn't know what we were doing at first. We were idiots.
Yeah, it was kind of just dicking around. But no, it wasn't that mixer was not our first foray into the industry, like in the music industry.
Yeah, we've been doing events together since 2012.
But we were relatively new to like the house music scene, which is a whole nother world unto itself,
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it is.
I feel like talking about the house music scene is something I get super pumped up about because I mean I joke about the whole future bass phase, but like I'll own it. Like I was into trap and future bass, like hell yeah. And New York house scene I feel like doesn't get a lot of love because there are other places where it's more known. I mean, I don't know if you guys would agree with me. I would probably say San Francisco and certainly Detroit, at least in terms of historical. But like, I don't know. I'm seeing some faces there. So maybe my take.
No,
here is,
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I think almost everywhere in the country except New York has a good house scene.
But
I mean,
we have a cool house scene. It's not like a massive house scene, but we have a cool house scene. There's a bunch
well,
of
in
cool
my
guys.
I agree. Whatever the event companies that are here are dope. Like Soup, Radioactive, all the companies that
Main
are here are
Event,
dope.
yeah.
But we're in this weird time where there's no underground because all the warehouses are so pricey. So the underground parties are like Bang On, which are massive productions, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's essentially no clubs because they've all closed down or, you know, whatever. So we're in this weird time where it doesn't feel to me like there's any underground and it doesn't feel to me like there's like a home base like Output used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Avant-Gardner sort of.
And I mean, also in Manhattan, there's very few venues in Manhattan anymore. I mean,
There's like none.
right before
Yeah.
COVID closed, a couple months before COVID closed.
Is there anything even in Manhattan
Cielo
anymore?
closed.
Like,
Webster Hall reopened, but it's more like a music venue.
I mean, from experience, I can tell you it's like impossible to book anywhere else outside. Like we were running Quantum for a while. Oh hell yes!
Livery service.
Oh my god, my parents tune into these.
I'm gonna be
sometimes.
so fucking baked. Right
My
now.
parents tune into these sometimes, and I think it was Cam. Cam just started talking about like Molly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if I'm slandering Cam if he wasn't talking about Molly, but someone totally was, and my parents were just like, "What is happening?" I love this. I love.
Sorry, Aaron's parents. I
Oh
love
no!
you.
Oh no! Oh, absolutely. Yeah, F's in the chat for Output. We got some
Definitely
cool
an F
peeps
in
in
the
here.
chat.
We got Trust in here. We got
Oh,
lot of-
Trust, what's up, buddy?
dude.
Miss you.
So anyways, by the way, this is totally random, but as we talk about the truth and lies journey, I've been meaning to ask you guys this forever. How come the X instead of the ampersand?
Well, when we first started, it was the ampersand. It was.
Oh, you
It
changed
just it just visually didn't look very cool.
Mm.
And it just was like, it just was easier to make it look better.
Another reason is because when you're doing like hashtag and handles and stuff, you can't put an ampersand symbol.
Yeah,
So we didn't want to type out truth and lies. So that just looked really clunky. So
makes
it became
sense.
we didn't want it to be X on the like X on our icon or whatever, and then and on our name. That doesn't make any sense.
Also, when we first started, a lot of people were like, "Wait, is Truth the dubstep DJ like part of Truth and Lies?" And it was like, "No, it's totally different."
Interesting.
And I was like, that was when we were making like deep house stuff, so it was like the polar opposite of dubstep.
Interesting.
So it was kind of like a branding thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's talk about that shift. I mean, you guys went from that kind of deep house now to more tech house. What was, the reasoning, the journey? Talk to me.
I think like the bouncing off point was, I mean, our first actual original track we ever released was a deep house track and did really well. We won the Insomniac Discovery Project
City
with
Lights.
City Lights, and we did really well with it, and it was great. We were getting lots of streams, we were getting lots of plays, lots of media coverage and blogs and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
It just
kept putting
didn't
stuff
feel like
out,
that. The
and-
music that we made after that didn't feel like it was music we were making ourselves. It felt like we got like a taste of interest from the from the labels, and then we started just making music for whatever label was interested in us at that time, and it stopped being about making music for us and what we wanted, and it was just like what label can we write a tune for? And that's not a good way to make music, man. It's not.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of demoralizing for that, and also too, like, when you're writing that kind of deep house, unless you're really really killing it to the point where like you're like zoo level, you're not getting booked for anything.
You're not getting booked for shows, so. And Spotify, you're getting paid, fractions of a cent. So you gotta be making essentially like a streaming hit every month, or write one that gets you like 10 billion streams.
I mean, if you want to make like $3,000 a month, you have to have like a really good deal and still make 1 million plays.
I don't know. It was mostly like the not playing shows shit. There's not really that many deep house events in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's just interesting.
Plus, we were also playing a lot of tech house at our shows anyway.
Yeah, and the music that we were playing live, yeah, exactly, didn't really reflect the music that we were making.
Yeah, so it kind of seems like a natural shift for you guys. It didn't really.
Oh, it was totally natural.
It wasn't forced or anything. Interesting, because
it took us a while, but I mean, we didn't put out music for like 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, it took a little shit. I mean, a lot of dead projects littered in that time of 7 months. Like a lot of things that were like halfway in between and didn't really want to decide what they were. Yeah. So
I was going back to our Splice account. I was like something like 200 projects in that period. It's no idea what in the world that we're gonna do with those ever. Probably nothing.
Well, I just to mention this one last time. The reason why I ask and I'm curious is because so my shift from trap to house was a mixture of like I got kind of pushed. Honestly, it was all of my friends, including you guys, were making house, and then I had Trust and my friend Sam kind of be like, make house, and I liked house. So I was like, all right, word. And then the second I like allowed myself to be interested in that music, as opposed to like I really, I thought that I was going to be this trap producer. I was like, wait a second, like it took a little bit of a push, but then once I allowed the push to happen, I naturally fell into it. So it was a mixture of both. Yeah. And what I'm hearing from you guys is maybe like you guys were kind of shifting towards that tech stuff, but you kind of were torn between the labels and whatever. And as you thought about playing live and you thought about what you really wanted to make, once you kind of just took that, you let yourself make that transformation in the direction that felt natural for you, it kind of just turned out. And your music's dope. So I'm glad you made the transition.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah. I think the big thing to note too is like when we were doing remix, we did this remix for Sam Felt, and we had to send a spin in, and we had to send like 4 or 5 versions, like completely different versions of it to get approved, because it was meant to be more of a streaming thing and something that Sam could play out. So we had to do that. And like, sometimes that happens with labels. Sometimes they ask you for changes, and it's, that's a good thing. But like, when we're basically writing music for someone else at that point.
Yeah.
It's
it almost felt like ghostwriting.
Yeah. It didn't feel like us. And that was like, I think that was really the last straw for us. It was like, yeah, we gotta do something.
Interesting. How, when you guys
and Sam Felt is an absolute,
he's absolutely great. Yeah, he's an absolutely great human being. And we've gotten to go hang out with him at shows, and it's just joy. But when there's like a little bit inside you, like you have to feel something, and that point was like, all right, we got to figure out this.
You need that, because you need that motivation to work on the days that you don't want to be working. Like you need to be into the
bingo. 100% nailed it.
To like the art enough to get in the studio on the day that you're like, I do not really want to be here right now.
Nailed it, bro.
And you have to put time in no matter what, or else you're not going to make anything.
You work 8 hours a day for somebody else, so you got to work a couple hours for yourself.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And speaking about working, and we had birthday party on last week, and I've actually had the privilege of watching you two produce in person. But for those who don't have that privilege, talk to me a little bit about what your process is when you work together, and you can answer that question both in the sense of pre-COVID, when everything's cool and you can go everywhere you want, and also kind of in this weird time where maybe up until recently you guys have potentially had to stay a little bit distant.
So thankfully nothing really changed for us during COVID, because actually
something did change.
Well, 1 week before COVID, I moved into I moved 2 blocks away from Ryan's place. I moved up into Washington Heights, where I was in Harlem before. So now we're literally around the corner from each other. And so we actually got to start working almost every day during COVID, because we weren't going anywhere. Nobody was working.
That's gorgeous.
And we didn't have to take the subway to see each other. So as long as everybody in both apartments were quarantining, it wasn't an issue.
Yeah. That was the best part about COVID for us, is that it actually was really good for us, because either we, like normally I would just go to Ian's place and I'd come home, grab my computer, go to his place, take me 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get home. We wouldn't have as much time to work. And then now we gained like 40 minutes. It takes me it took like 4 minutes to walk here.
Yeah,
it's great.
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
It
was a game changer for us.
Plus
and
you
also
had some extra time in the day.
Yeah, and my wife and I moved into a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom.
Yeah.
So we're building the studio.
And then I also spent some time. You can see in the background all these panels and stuff. Yeah. We just kind of redid our space, my girlfriend and I.
Quick shout out Kristen, just because she's been in the comments.
Yeah, Kristen is here.
Kristen's a goat.
And it's probably not in the chat, but
F's in the chat for Kristen. She was putting F's in the chat earlier. F's in the chat for Kristen.
I shall F for you.
But so when you guys are working together, I mean, do you guys have? I've been watching Disclosure streams a lot, and you've got oh my god, why am I forgetting that? Howard's like the real big chord guy, but Kristen, Howard's the big chord guy, but Guy is the big producer. Do you guys feel like you have different strengths between you two? Is it equal? Like, how do you all work?
Well, Ryan has a classical music background, so I feel like with arrangement and like melodies and anything like that, like Ryan could just bang out a track in like for like a solid idea for a track in like an hour. And then I come from a drumming background, so I like what I'm more focused on is making sure like the bass line is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
The rhythm and
the rhythm and the bass line and making sure everything has its groove.
Yeah.
And also from when I studied at SAE, I picked up a lot of mixing stuff, and I went to audio engineering school.
And you also went to Icon Collective.
Icon, yeah, Icon for audio engineering.
Do you feel like that really helped you?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard mixed reviews in the sense of like,
it's all what you put into it, man. You can pass the course by doing the bare minimum and like just doing the homework assignments. But like if you actually dive into it and like you dive into the culture of it and like talk and work with other producers and pick the brains of your mentors and your teachers, it's absolutely worth it.
Another thing too is like I remember because before, like when Ian was doing SAE, he did SAE before I met him. I think you were done with it.
I was just wrapping up when I was meeting you.
And then he started Icon like 2016, and that was like right around the time we started writing like more deep house stuff. And then like our first track after Ian started Icon Collective that came out was City Lights. So I mean, you can tell that it was we were writing like bootlegs and like just like
that was our first original. That was a big thing for us because like we had just been known as like the remixing guys, and like so to write our first single and it be like an actual thing was.
And those are all. I mean, we did the vocals. My girlfriend did the vocals. We pitched them down. Hannah, shout out to Hannah. She wrote them.
Shout out Hannah. She just gave the bag, no?
Yeah, she just passed me.
She's a delivery service.
Kristen's putting F in the chats. Hannah's giving weed bags. I mean, geez.
Honestly, we are blessed with our truth and lies.
What is happening? This is
Kristen. Kristen. Like when I was in school at Icon, I was working full time and I was doing like 30 hours a week of school, so it was like 70, 80 hours, and we were still doing truth and lies. She made dinner. She like made everything. Like it just.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was working a
lot to Kristen.
That was right after I used to work for Apple. That's where I stopped.
Quick shout out Mario Danza in
the
chat. Quick shout out Mario Danza. Mario's a cutie too. I love that. But okay, so we've got, and I mean, kind of a little disclosurious. Ryan being more like musically trained, you being more rhythm. And I remember when I did watch you guys produce, you spent. Out of the 2 hours I was there, I think you spent an hour and 50 of it adjusting the length of a hat. So rhythm is something that you certainly focus on pretty heavily. So hey, I learned the LFO
That's
trick.
Pretty fucking
the
funny.
LFO trick, just so you know, the LFO trick on the hat group. Wow, changed my life. I use it all the time now. In every single production, I use it now.
I have to show you some more stuff we've been doing lately.
Oh man.
Yeah, everything. I feel like everything changes every 3 months. All the way that we produce, like
for the most part, like the general like workflow of how we make tracks, it's insane. But like, we'll spend like 2 hours on like finding the right sounds now, and it's just like we'll go through on Splice and be like, nope. Oh yes, cool. And then we put it in track. Nope. Next one. Nope.
Yes, that's it. Well, what have you guys been up to in the past couple months? I mean, you had a ton of releases over the past year in general, but what's been going on recently?
I think we put out 14 tracks over the last 12 months.
Yeah, by the time December comes, it'll be 14.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot of tracks.
Well, we sucked at social media, so a lot of the time during the quarantine, we were trying to like get our social media game up and focus on making more content and stuff like that, which we're still pretty bad at.
Dude,
so we're still going to be trying
in this. My
it's so hard, man.
Just totally screwed.
It's so hard. Also, Instagram, I feel like just changes their algorithms every damn week, and it's almost impossible to figure out what the hell you're doing on.
It's also kind of a challenge too, because like usually when you're doing something, you're promoting something, like we're promoting a release or promoting a show or something like that, and there's no shows. Yeah. So we're like, wait, we're gonna start. We did some streaming a while ago. We've done some streams on our Twitch page. It dropped off a little bit. Probably because we had technical issues.
Well, the next, what we have coming up
didn't have any reason to do it.
3 big releases. We have, are we allowed to say it?
Oh, I mean, we can say it.
We have Dirty Bird, We have,
Ooh.
and then we're doing
We did track with codes, and that's coming out
Codes
next week.
Bird, and then Space Yacht, and then
Do you have a
Night
release
Service.
with Space Yacht? Or you're playing Space Yacht? Does I'm gonna sound stupid right now. I don't even think I realized Space Yacht did releases.
Yeah. So and then after that is Night Service only. So we
Yeah.
have some interesting stuff.
Shout out to Sid and Mario. Mario in the chat.
Mario said, "Say it." All right, that's Mario's our manager, by the way. So
Hey, let's go.
if you knew that, I don't know if we told you that.
did we?
I didn't know. I'm like really kind of like my brain's spinning right now. I feel like there's a lot of things happening that I don't really know what's going on.
Bro. Yeah, so Mario's our manager.
Yo, fuck yeah.
So
yeah, that happened relatively recently.
It's all family.
Dude, that is straight fam right there. Wow. Mario Dan's everyone. We had him on the show earlier this year. Oh
yeah, it was
God.
It's like that cutie photo of him in the tuxedo or the suit.
Bro, when he sent me the picture the first time, there was like a bunch of different edits of it, and one of the I just couldn't get it to that was the only one that worked. Like one of them was like cut his head off. I don't know. It was great picture. Him in the suit, super good.
Nailed it. Now he has that thick ass beard.
I was gonna say, I hope he still has the beard. He
looks like a real estate agent in that picture.
Mario, do you still have the beard?
Dude, you can't have 3 people in here, can you? Because that would be sick. I want to see Mario just.
I hope so.
That'd be
cool. I don't think so.
Okay, but lots of releases, lots of cool stuff, and working super hard. Anything else that we missed in terms of what you've been doing in quarantine? And obviously, new manager in Mario.
Yeah, I mean, we just try to make as much music as possible. We have so many tracks that we've been spending time on, and we did a couple other things that we're waiting to hear more information about. We did a couple remixes, and we have some other tracks that are just waiting to get signed. And
yeah, essentially we're just like want to spend the next 2 weeks wrapping up a bunch of extra stuff, get like maybe the first 2 releases for 2021 signed, and then we want to make a bunch of social media content. And then we posted about this last week, but we're going to be launching a bi-weekly, or what is it when it's twice a week? Bi-weekly? Twice weekly stream session. So one day we'll be DJing, and one day we're going to be just like playing games or doing studio sessions.
I'm seeing that you guys play Apex.
He plays Apex. Yeah, I've been playing Valorant a little bit.
We started playing Valorant together.
Wow.
Just trying to have fun, you know.
Kristen says F's in the chat for Mario's beard. Mario shaved the beard.
Beard's gone. No, it's not. No, it's not gone.
Dude.
No, it's not. It's gone.
I think it's really funny that we have like the Instagram one, but we also like anyone who watches this retroactively on YouTube is probably just like, who the hell are these people talking about? Like, who is this Mario character?
Yeah.
They're missing all the.
I didn't even think about that. Are there people watching on YouTube?
I mean, more people watching on IG, but
yeah.
I mean, look, it's great. You can enjoy this experience in a variety of different ways, ladies and gentlemen.
Multimedia formatting.
Hey, listen, we believe in omni-channel content marketing. Okay, I work
omni-channel.
Yeah, dude. I work for a digital marketing research firm. We talk omni-channel in this bitch.
Omni-channel. Yeah.
Yeah, omni-channel.
My brain hurts thinking about that.
I got a little chub when you said it.
So I think Ryan needs to take a moment off to let his brain like catch up.
Thinking about omni-channel. I don't want to hear about marketing.
He needs to take a moment off to like
let my other brain pull
down. Cool. So all right, we got the whole Truth and Lies story. We got what you've been working on recently. What's next, fellas? I mean, we're gonna be in this shit for a while. What do you guys got going on?
All Talk was goody, buddy. Freaking boys. We got another collab with All Talk we're working on as well. He just did a stream for a huge stream for Space Yacht 2 weeks ago, and then he also just released a track on Way, which is dope. So check out his page.
Check him out.
But
I think like
what was the question?
The big question is like what's happening next. I think like I don't know. I mean, I don't think events are gonna happen. I mean, we have some things that we see starting to happen. Like Elements is doing like this little retreat thing, and they're doing some like special testing for it, which is cool. But like we're not thinking we're gonna be playing shows for a while.
I'm thinking at least halfway through 2021. I mean, we've turned down everything that we've got offered.
I mean, my music week happens in March. That would be like amazing. In fact, we had vaccine and stuff by then. I mean, it could be crazy, but realistically, it's not gonna be that way. And plus, in New York, I mean, like the big thing for New York is like there's outdoor venues in the summer, so there's rooftops, and it would have been a great time to have stuff the past couple of weeks. But now like it's too cold, so we're probably not gonna see shows in New York until at least June, I think.
The concise answer that I could give you, about what's going to go on is I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we can think of is we can only plan for like what we know. We know that we can release music.
Just
We know that we can create content and do streams.
just
I would
And
say,
that's
yeah,
why
we're
we're
just going to
going
release
for it.
music, create content, like stream as much as possible. And then when try to like get picked up by a booking agency, so when shows are back, just do that, you know?
just to give you guys a little misery loves company type of deal. My grandma, who is getting there in terms of age, forgets a lot of things. Every time she calls, every time we talk, she forgets the conversation we had last time. So she asks me, when am I going to make a decision between my day job and music? To which I have to remind her, we're in a pandemic. Music isn't really happening right now. And then she proceeds to ask me questions about when it'll be opening again. And every single time I have to explain to her, grandma, yeah, no, it's not happening for a long, long time. So yeah, thinking about this topic makes me really sad, but I'm glad to hear that you guys are going to be focusing on content and music, because everyone I've talked to this entire series, which started back in like April, May, that's what they've been saying. It's, what are you going to do? You can't change what's happening right now. You can't change that. So the only thing that you can do if you want to, be a music producer, be an event promoter, do whatever, is do something that can move your art forward with the constraints that you have currently.
Absolutely. And this is going to be the time where a lot of people decide whether this is what they want to do or whether it's just a hobby, because this isn't really a time that you could be doing this, full time right now, or like making the jump into full-time music.
I mean, it basically has rendered pretty much everyone the same. Like,
yeah, it's
like
even the playing field.
look, Chris Lake has to put out great music just like we do now. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, he's always put out great music, but he has to do that now, and he has to stream now because the field's been leveled. It's not like he can rely on big bookings. So,
Mastery is in here. What's up, man?
Oh, where's Mysteria? Oh, let's go, Mysteria. What's going on, man?
At least like from our perspective, it's like the field was like leveled for us. So now we have to step up. It's our time to step up. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
We have to get there and do what we can do, and then create a core group of fans. Like, I mean, shout out to Codes. Like, Codes just really killed Twitch. Like, just absolutely killed it. And he's created this really great group of people. And when this thing ends, he's gonna have like huge amounts of people that are gonna want to go see him just because they go, hey, I saw you do your vinyl therapy session or whatever. And it's just like, people are gonna know him and they're gonna love him for the avocado.
Cody is such a personable dude. Like, he's just a genuinely nice guy, and I'm weird and I don't like to be on social media much, so that's the difference between us.
Yeah, I mean, look, different skill sets. But again, not to keep beating this point to the ground, if you are using this time to make music instead, and you're moving in silence, as Mario says, there's nothing
like
wrong
lasagna.
with that. There's nothing wrong with that. My opinion is, personally, content's great, but don't create content at the expense of what your actual product is, which is music.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's been our major thing, and also kind of our downfall, is that we never ever decided to do any sort of gimmick thing. And at the end of the day, I feel like if we had focused more strongly on being on brand content creation as well as music creation, we would be better off. And I wish we had focused on that earlier.
Yeah, part of it too is that we're just not like,
you learn as you go.
We're not Dylan Francis. We can crack jokes and put funny memes about how the New York City subway now banned pooping.
Dude,
can
we pause?
We need to talk about that, because I feel like
this happens.
The way to get around that is you just take a shit on the top of the stairs before you go in the station, like a normal person.
Or maybe
it's just an easy way to go around it.
Why are you thinking about how this is affecting your life? This news story should not affect your life at all. You shouldn't be pooping in the subway.
I'm just saying shit on the top
Kristen,
of the steps and not the bottom.
Kristen, an F in the chat for your husband. An F.
Oh my god! I can't believe we just don't have bathrooms. What's wrong with
She
bathrooms?
said, "Pause, laugh my ass."
She's confused. She didn't know that she married a man that poops in subways.
Oh, unfortunately, I've seen it happen.
Is this
Kristen also told me?
Is this a snippet that I pull from this interview when I do the post content?
Definitely do that. And also, we should call Kristen and have her relay the story about when some dude peed out the butt on the subway in front of her.
Oof. Unfortunately, I've seen that.
We've all seen that. That's the rite of passage. You're not a New Yorker until you see someone pee out their ass on the subway. Well,
hope
welcome
I'm
to our live stream. This is what we're talking about tonight.
Welcome to the green room. If you guys were wondering what we talked
Or the
about,
brown room.
honestly,
Oh man.
I'm gonna lose
great.
followers off this, or gain.
Hi,
followers.
Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
No, it was a woman, and it wasn't pee. It was water. What's the difference?
There's
I don't even
water.
know if I want to know.
I don't even. Oh man,
I'm fucking crying, bro. Like my stomach hurts from laughing.
This is what
man.
we were talking about when we said you got to put out good content in coronavirus.
Yeah,
nailed it.
Exactly.
If you're not talking about poop, oh my goodness. Okay, let's expose ourselves.
We threw Aaron off.
Let's wrap this up. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love it. I'm having a time. I'm also not gonna lie, guys. The Bolts are up 2-1 right now, so life's good. Like, we're talking shit. Bolts are winning. This is great. We're doing great.
Well, you got an ESPN open? Can you tell me the Heat score?
I can tell you the Heat score. Are you a Heat fan? I guess so.
Oh yeah, of course. I grew up in Florida. It's only the Orlando Magic don't count as an actual basketball team. No offense to Orlando Magic fans.
I've been playing a lot of 2K21 recently.
Miami Heat. Oh, dude, I don't think it started yet.
Oh, it started at 8:30. Oh, maybe they wait.
No, it says Friday 9:25.
Oh wow, they moved the time back. Wow.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
wow.
no, it does say today at 8:30. What the hell's happening? Why doesn't it say the score? Hang on.
That's probably hasn't like caught up or whatever.
Well, it's
I'm
8:40.
pretty baked off that fucking volcano.
I didn't have any, so I mean, I'm just
getting hard for me to formulate my thoughts.
While I'm looking this up, it is not telling me the score.
Nah, don't worry about it.
This content. Okay, back to content. All right, guys. All jokes aside, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. You guys have been working on music for a little bit. You guys are going to be in New York. We're in a situation where the scene is going to be, I don't want to say in a halt because it's not in a halt, but the scene's going to be moving forward in a way that is literally unprecedented. You are talking to someone who is entering the scene or wanted to enter the scene right around now, and they're thinking to themselves, well, shit, like, I have zero anything. I don't have any experience. Maybe they don't want to, this isn't a music producer. Maybe they want to be a manager. Maybe they want to be an event promoter. What would you say to someone who is interested in getting their feet wet in this scene at a weird time like this?
I think the big thing is like you have to commit. Like you have to commit to something. Right?
Well, I think that's relevant to producers, but not to people that are doing jobs that don't exist right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know I don't know what to tell people that want to do like event management right now. I would say if you're just trying to get started, take this time to work on what you want your brand to be. So don't throw events because that's a good way to discredit yourself if you're not doing it well.
Especially now because you get blacklisted.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
But take your time to develop your brand, like figure out what kind of artists you want to bring, like figure out what you want the kind of vibe there to be, like figure out, it's like talk to whatever clubs are still going to be fucking open. It's a time to plan. It's not really a time to do right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and just doing things like committing to like, if you say you don't have any history in the music industry, find some artists that you like, see if they stream regularly. Go like if you're in the house music scene, you should be going and watching like Code's stream. You should watch the Insomniac streams. You watch Space Yacht streams. You should watch all the streams and join their Discords and get in their communities and just chat with people and hang out. And the only way to go anywhere is commit to what you're doing. Like if you're producing, obviously you're going to commit to making music, but you still have to do that too. If you're going to want to be a manager or something like that, you need to get in the scene. You need to get a history. You need to find out how, like when day one, when we find out, all right, festivals are coming back, clubs are coming back, find out day one that when you go to a club that you get either guest listed or you know somebody there and you hang out and you can hang out in the green room or get to know people and just start building the relationships now and not worry about nobody really cares if you have no history in the music industry right now. Like right now we're all level one, right?
Yeah.
There's some people obviously that have jobs in the music industry that work for labels or work for Insomniac that does events like other live streaming events, or work for some nightclubs that have turned into making basically streaming content, such like that, and people who are managers and such. Those people still have jobs, but most everyone else doesn't have no other sources of income. or no source of like actual work. So just commit to like being involved in the community, making it known that hey, I want to get into this.
Yeah.
Just building a foundation so when it starts back up, you just go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it. I love it. I like to end on those words of encouragement because I think that in times like this, it has been really hard in this community, and what's been interesting is to see the levels of it continue. So we have these same conversations with my interviewees in June. It's a different context that I'm having this conversation in September, and nothing's changed. You see those same challenges, but the answer remains the same. The answer remains the same is that you have no choice. If you want to be in this industry, you need to continue to put yourself out there, because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know why stock markets are the first metaphor that come to my mind, but like, the stock market's going to turn around. Like, if you buy low, you can sell high. So if you put in the work now, if you're making those connections now, when the scene pops off in a year from now, to Ryan's point, if you know who you need to be talking to then, and you've already made those connections, you're going to hit the ground running.
The best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. The second best time is right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, like,
I need to have sound effects so I can just like.
Yeah, do like a laser effect, or we could do like the mad decent air horn.
Honestly, if I had one Truth and Lies sound effects, it would be the synth fluff from. Can you hear me?
Do you hear me?
Or one more. What's the song I love? The one on Holy Moly.
Oh, the little pluck.
Yeah. No. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Oh yeah, the lightsaber sound we call it.
Wow.
There's that's actually that sound is actually a splice
It's
sample.
a splice sample. I know. I remember. Fellas, great talk. We're gonna wrap it up. Any last words you guys got? Last things.
We got a couple things coming out.
Make sure you take care of your mental health.
Yeah,
Ooh,
drink water.
Drink water.
Damn, drink
Talk
water.
to your friends. Follow up with your family often. Tell people you love them.
Tell people you love them.
Listen to Black artists on Spotify. Black Lives Matters.
Mm-hmm.
Weed is good. Don't
Weed
drink
is
as
good.
much alcohol. Smoke more weed.
Yeah.
Listen to Snoop.
Listen to Snoop.
Listen to Snoop. Play him drip thirst.
Play him drip. Yeah, that's our new track coming out.
Yeah,
So that's
Ooh.
got a bunch.
yeah, Mario's been killing it, man. He's a good manager.
I'm not surprised. Mario's
Yeah.
the goat, dude.
We'll have to send you the unreleased.
Yeah, we'll send you.
And then you can tell all the people that were in here that it was terrible.
I will follow up with each and every person in this chat individually and be like, just so you know, it fucking sucked. Fellas, I love both of you equally.
Love you, man. Really miss you.
I love Kristen the most, and then I love you guys second.
That honestly makes a lot of sense.
We'll catch up soon in person. Hope you guys are staying safe, and have a great rest of your week.
Miss you, buddy.
Bye.
Love you.